Complexity isn't going away. Regulations, union rules are constantly changing. Mergers and acquisitions happen every single day. It's important to be proactive and make sure you're prepared with a workforce management solution that's flexible and adaptive to the changing world and your changing business needs. I really categorize complexity into three different groups. There's the breadth of complexity. That's a lot of different rules or a lot of variety of rules, and you need to make those all work together in one environment, which is complex. The second category would be a depth of complexity. For any given rule, how many levels of complexity are there? How hard is it to understand that rule? The third area I would say is really the technology component. How hard is it to implement that rule? Do we have to implement two different parts of our application? Is there a special integration needed? These are the areas where our customers have complexity, and most large customers that have workforce software have complexity in those three categories. I've implemented customers that have over 100 unions, and that's that breadth of complexity, a lot of rules working nicely together in one system. I've implemented customers with not very many unions, but they have really complex rules. Things we had to document many examples just to understand the rule, and rigorous testing to make sure that we're covering all of the different edge cases. My advice would be to remove complexity where you can, but for those areas where you can't remove complexity, it's important that you have a workforce management system that can automate that complexity, which I've seen time and time and again. Customers come to us from paper-based systems or other systems, and they're still manually calculating their most complex rules. With workforce software and our powerful rules engine, we can automate the most complex calculations, which means that you can implement them consistently and accurately. If I had to share one principle, it would be to spend the time up front doing it the right way, because that'll pay dividends for the long term. So make sure your requirements are documented correctly. Make sure that internally there's agreement on the interpretation of those rules, and prepare to rigorously test the system. As far as the data itself, workforce software is a data-driven solution. So the system can only be as good as your data. So good, clean data is important, especially that HR data that comes with the employee information from your HR system. But as far as data and analytics about your business, working with your payroll and HR teams to gain feedback and monitoring how many different payroll errors you have can give you some insight into where your complexities lie. Complexity is where you find your ROI, so pay attention to the detail and focus on the areas that are going to help impact your business the best. I think where we can really help customers steer their implementation to unlock that is the help that our value engineering team does. They build business cases for customers before they purchase workforce software, but they also help customers document their success metrics. And success metrics are important things that a customer wants to focus the implementation on. And in order to document those, you need to measure your baselines. And when you get those measurements, that really gives your leadership team ideas of where they need to tackle and where you need to steer the implementation. And if you keep those success metrics at the front and center of your implementation throughout, you'll be able to unlock a lot of that complexity or solve a lot of that complexity.